although as a concept has been talked and discussed over the decades. When it says how to protect the education from the attack, so then let's strengthen it. I mean, let's do it stronger. Because if you are stronger, the attack will not have that much effect as you are weaker. This is first. The second one is that I think in our regions we have three main problems to be solved. The conflict, poverty, and ignorance. And I believe that these three problems can be solved under one umbrella called education. In this sense, if it says to strengthen the education, then question how? I think we need to be tied with the concepts which really can strengthen the education. And one of them is the knowledge management, which is, again, like as a system, as a conceptual idea to be converted into the system is new. It is not as old as like the quality management systems that are already being applied all over the world. So in this sense today, I would like to make an introduction to the knowledge management, although I cannot complain deeply because we don't have really so much time to do it. So when I have the speech about the knowledge management, the audience is generally asking such questions that what kind of software are used for the knowledge management? No, actually it's not a software. It is an idea. It is the way to develop the knowledge, accumulate the knowledge. This is not a software. Although we apply some softwares in the system itself, it is not a software whole, because it is way of thinking and it is a paradigm change and it is rethinking everything what is done in the past and how to convert it into the current situation. Should we continue with it or should we just quit it? So we just need to rethink and revise the strategies accordingly. And it is the journey from the past, I mean the classical industrial era, to the future. If we just briefly define the knowledge management, it is the systematic management of all activities and processes referred to generation, development, codification, and storage, transferring and sharing, and utilization, and reutilization or reuse of the knowledge for the organization's competitive edge. So here, if we're talking about the education, to make the education competitive, I mean, to make the environment of the education, the market of education more competitive through the knowledge management, So, I mean, as I have discussed the stage, these stages are very important parameters of the knowledge management. One is the generation and development. First, the knowledge must be generated. I mean, we must have a process to generate the knowledge develop the existing knowledge. So, in the second step, we need to codify and store it. This is not necessarily to store it, just physically or electronically. Both of them are okay, but we need to codify and we need to store it. We need to know how to reuse. We need to develop the system or process how to reuse the knowledge. Now I will talk what kind of knowledge I'm talking about. Then after that, we need to transfer and share the knowledge in the organization, or if this is the market, so we need to share it with the market so that knowledge can be utilized for the educational competitiveness. So what kind of knowledge we are talking about? In every organization, we have two types of knowledge. One is the tacit one, the second one is the explicit knowledge. So the tacit knowledge is the hidden, that I know it, I know how to do it, so that I have both declarative and the procedural knowledge of the tacit one, but I did not share it with anyone else. I know how to make a good book, or I know how to write a good paper, but I did not share it, so I have it. This is tacit. There are two types of tacit knowledge. declarative and the procedural. The declarative one is the theoretical one that I know actually how to write the paper, but I did not write a paper. Therefore, as a skill, I don't have it. So explicit is the wider version of the tacit. So if we take the organization as an individual, the organizational knowledge is the explicit one that is documented, recorded, and can be reused. But these are also in two types. So declarative organizational and the procedural organization. So declarative organization resembles like the ISO 9001 or those kind of quality management systems that we are establishing, but we are not using them. They just remain there as a declarative one. If they ask us, we already know everything about the quality management systems, but actually it's not applied in our organization. That is staying in the declarative stage, but if we can take it to the procedural stage so that the organization has the system and can apply it, can develop it, so that declarative knowledge is although it is the stage to go further with the procedural one, if we cannot convert it into the procedural, declarative knowledge is not enough to develop. Yeah. Okay, so let us discuss about the problems. So what kind of problems we have from the knowledge management. So by the way, how long do I have? 5 minutes. All right, I will try to finish it in 5 minutes. So the problem is that, adoption to the new knowledge, research and development, or sudden issues like COVID-19 came, and our education has converted into the online, and we really don't know how to apply it. We have to find something and adopt to it. Actually, if we have the knowledge management system, so this adoption can be easier. This is one. The second, retirement of leave of the experienced experts. So we have really bright, experienced stuff. So once they leave, everything. So you did not even know that this person was doing everything in the system. So when leaves, then you stuck. Actually, not to stuck. So you need the knowledge management and standardization of the process. Okay, everyone does different. Let's go to the problem again. Yeah, everyone implements it like their own way, and this is because of the lack of standardization in the knowledge. And last one is learning from the unwanted experiences. Okay, all experience is not good, so there are something that we don't want it and it came out, but what is to get benefit, to use of it? So it is learning from it, right? Not to do it again. So this is actually can be done by applying knowledge management. Yeah. Okay. Now in this regard, the purpose of the knowledge management is to create, first of all, tacit declarative acquirement environment. So tacit declarative knowledge should be acquired. Individually, we should fulfill the employees both declarative, then converting tacit declarative into the tacit procedural. So okay, as a lecturer, as a teacher, he or she knows how to do a good lecture, but cannot do it. So what skill is lacking? The procedural knowledge is lacking. Therefore, there is something that we need to do to convert it. I will explain how. And then tacit is not enough, because if in the tacit, so if we just leave the system, the system will lack the knowledge. We have to convert it into the explicit declarative, which is we have to document it and we have to record it so it can be used for later on. And then organizational declarative knowledge, this knowledge should be again taught to the individuals, converted back to the individuals as a skill, so that this explicit knowledge, declarative one, be converted into the procedural knowledge. Then what will happen? We will become a learning organization, and the learning organization is the strong organization. The learner is the strong person. Yes, then how can we do it? So here, database systems are important so that we can upload the documents and records on the database systems and distribute it to the departments so that they can use it. But effective use of it is important, so that this is another issue. So Nonaka's SECI model is socialization, externalization, combination, and internalization. So this model, I don't have time to explain this one, but please just search for this one, and this is one of the main models how to convert tacit knowledge into one person, tacit knowledge into the tacit again, applying for everyone, so that how to convert tacit knowledge from everyone into the explicit of the organizational knowledge, then how to take the explicit knowledge from different organizations to make an explicit knowledge for yourself, and then the knowledge that you have converted into explicit for yourself to convert it back to the individual employees and the lecturers, teachers, whoever, again, to be the skill. The last one, I think. Yeah, that's all. So, our idea here is that we have to convert, the lack of time actually is something really frustrating. I really cannot explain what I wanted really, but I hope that I could explain it. We have to rotate the knowledge in the organization. Knowledge is the pinpoint to strengthen the education, and that is all. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions. So.